Right. So in this video, we're going to look at composer and autoloading. And here the first thing we want to do is to check which composer do we have for given, that is, which composer is it installed within our environment. So here I'm going to type composer and then the version. So the version here will give us what version of composer do I have within my text editor. And as I can see here, I can navigate to that version here. So this is the version that I have, so my composer, so which is 2.5.1. And this is the version that I have. So the next thing to do here is to now go, if you don't have composer installed within your given application, you can come here to your Chrome browser and then type get composer. Now, the first link that comes here is the one that you want to click, and then it will give you the website, that is the interface where now you can download the given composer. So you can just come here and download the composer because you're going to use composer for autoloading of our PHP classes. So once you have it, now you can install it and you'll have something like this. Now it is a pretty straightforward application to install. So you just need to click download and then connect it with your PHP within your XAMPP. All right. Now, once you have that set, the next thing that I would like us to do, because as we use the autoloading, that is, as we use the composer for autoloading, the first thing we need to do is to come here and create our new file. And this file, you're going to create it within our root file. You can see our directory is that one. And then here I'm going to create a composer.json like that. This is what I'm going to have. Now the composer.json is the file that is going to autoload our PHP project. And so that is what you're going to start with. So once you create that one, now there is a different way that we are going to generate this composer features here, but I already have one which is already generated. So this is what I'm going to have. Now what I have here is this line of code here, and what I'm having here is I have several items here. I have the name. The name is just, this one gives us the name of our given, that is the, what do you call it, the vendor / the package. So the vendor is, I give it my name, and then the package is my MVC blog. And then the description is just about the description about your project. For example, mine is just a lightweight PHP application. And then the type here, it indicates the type of the project that you are creating. So in this case, mine is library that I'm going to create. And then the license, this one is, it defines the software license under which your project is licensed. And of course, MIT is one of the most popular open permissive licenses that we have. Then here we have the autoload. The autoload is very important because this is the main part of why we created this composer.json. This basically means that it is a section that defines how your PHP classes are automatically loaded without the need for use of the require and include statements within our PHP application. So it uses what we call the PSR4, which is an entry which tells the composer to use the, in other words, it tells the composer to use the PSR standard for autoloading our PHP classes. So what will happen here is that here I'm going to create an directory, for example, and I'm going to name it app. So what will happen is that anytime I create a PHP code, that is, I create a PHP file, what will happen is that the autoloading will begin from the app, as you can see here, because the app here is our namespace, or it's where the autoload will start happening. So that is it. And then the next part here we have is the others. And then the others here, of course, I've just indicated my name, Brian. Then minimum stability here is better version because we are just under development. We are just developing this application. The require part here is the one that lists the packages for your project. In my case, you can see it's empty because there's no any external packages we have installed. So we are going to leave it as it is. But as your application grows larger, then you'll need to use you need to install some dependencies within your application. Right now, once we are done with this, the next thing here is we can clear this, and then we now need to run something called composer DAM autoload. Like this, so DAM autoload. So what will happen is that this composer will create the vendor directory and the autoloading files within it. And the vendor directory we are talking about is what is going to be created. So let's run this. Let's just run it. And you can see this is now the vendor directory that has been created. And then it has these different PHP files. For example, defining the directory or application, then we have different other files that you can see it is now creating this one based on what we defined as our PSR 4 standard for autoloading our directory from there. So this is going to have that same structure like that. Then the rest, for example, the license we have talked about, this is, so these are just the different files we have within our vendor directory. So you need to run it, and then again, now this one you can copy it and then just change, for example, your name here. This one, leave it as it is. This one you can also give a description about your project the way you want it. And this one you can also change it to your own way. This one you can leave them as they are. In case you get to install a dependency, then it's going to be filled up this space we have here. Right, guys, so let me meet you in the next video.